What's up, everybody? We're going to handicap Belmont Park Sunday, May 21st. We got 9 races at Belmont. I'm looking at Belmont early. It's Saturday night, right after the Preakness, but I want to get this done. I'm going to assume that Belmont is going to run on the turf tomorrow. Looks like it's supposed to clear up tonight. Should drain out a bit, but if y'all don't know me, my name is Dave. I'm the owner and founder of Therostat. I've been running the Twitter handle for about 12 years now. So if you haven't followed us, follow us on Twitter at Therostat. Follow us on Instagram, also at Therostat. And then we're going to start continuing to do full card analysis and sometimes additional individual race analysis as well on YouTube. It is at Therostat on YouTube as well. First race at Belmont on Sunday is a mile and a 16th on the turf. The 5 Hilliard's going to be the favorite. It's got some early and middle speed. I like the 7 Sonic Speed. As y'all may or may not know, on the NHC Tour, I use Stats Race Lens. It allows you to kind of dive into speed figures a little bit faster, as well as additional angles um, to handicap, whether it's on pedigree, trainer, different angles, second time off a layoff. But I use it mainly for the speed figures, just because I feel like they run a little bit more true. I've used a couple other products, but I like the 7 on top, Sonic Speed. I think the 5 will hang on for second, Hilliard. Below that, I like the 8, Invective, and then I also like the 2, Prince of Joy. I'm going to pop over into our doc so we can see our top 4. I typically give out a top 4. I play the top pick to win in place. I'm a big fan of rolling pick 3s, so you can play them that way as well. In top 4 and exactas and trifectas, play them however you want. But this is just my analysis on each of these races on Sunday at Belmont Park. So we're going to go with our top 4 of 7, 5, 8, and 2. Our top pick is going to be Sonic Speed. Second pick, the 5 Hilliard, the 8 Invective, and then Prince of Joy. Again, Belmont Park race 1 on Sunday, like 7, 5, 8, and 2. I believe the dirt's going to dry out a bit too. Race 2 at Belmont is 6/8, 3/4 of a mile on the main track. It's a claiming race. We have some slight early speed here between the 1 and the 7, but there is some later mid to late pace here with the 2. I'm going to go with a long shot. Let's try to beat the 7, who looks like they're potentially going to be the odds-on favorite, save Grace. So let's go with 2, Handle the Truth as our top pick. Morning line 10-1. Over the 7, Save Grace. Over the 1, Jet Set Juliet. And then our 4th choice will be Russell, the 4. We're going to pop over. Blue 2, 7, 1, and 4. Again, race 2, Belmont Park, Sunday. Like the 2, Handle the Truth. 7, Save Grace. 1, Jet Set Juliet. And the 4, Russell. Race 2, 2, 7, 1, and 4. Race 3, Maiden Special, 7 furlongs on the turf. We've got some middle pace here. Same horses that are on the front end. Look like they like to press most of the way. So I'm going to dive into the PPs and see if we can find any pedigree angles that would stand out to me on the turf here to look for some value. I like the 10 here, Dark Vector. I think it'll be a struggle for Balthazar to close into it. So I'm going to go 10 Dark Vector over 5 Cumberland over 8 Royal Velvet. And just to wrap out the top 4, I'll do the 3 Balthazar. So the top 4 for us at Belmont Park race 3 are going to be 10, 5, 8, and 3 for Sunday on the turf. Again, Belmont Park race 3, I like the 10 Dark Vector, the 5 Cumberland, the 8 Royal Velvet, and the 3 Balthazar. 10, 5, 8, 3 for Belmont Park race 3. Belmont race 4, we got Inner Turf, mile and a 16th allowance race. Looks like it's also a State Bred race, so I'm going to jump into that as well. I'm just going to remove the main track onlys for right now. We're going to just assume that this is a turf race. For Sunday, race 4, our early speed tends to hold again on the middle here, but we do have some late speed closing in. So I'm going to pop over again and look at some pedigrees here and see if there's any sires or dam sires that stand out. They normally get hidden. The 8 here. The dam on the 8. Dancing with the Stars is G. Lynn's. 31% in the money, 19% winners, almost 80% ROI. Medium win percentage or win dollars is 1720. So I'm going to go back here, remove these main track onlys again. The 4 has a little bit higher late pace. Because of that pedigree, I'm just going to bump the 8 over the 4. My top pick in race 4 at Belmont on Sunday is going to be the 8, Dancing with the Stars, over the 4, Shutters, over the 6, Emboite, Irish Bred, over the 3, Good Medicine. My top 4 for race 4 at Belmont, again, are going to be 8, Dancing with the Stars, top pick, the 4, 6, and 3 to wrap out the top 4. Belmont, race 5. We got a mile claiming on the dirt. The 3 seems to be the early speed. Looking at the late speed, since this is a route race here at Belmont on race 5, really doesn't hold on with this late pace here and total speed. So I'm going to look for some closers to close into this 3 business model. I like Milton the Monster as my top pick. 235 is my second choice. The 1, the 4, I think will close into it. May not hit the board, but may let it go super effective. But I give a top 4. I'll do the 3 business model in the top 3, and then the 4, think about it, 4th. Here at Belmont, race 5 on Sunday, I like the 7, Milton the Monster, the 1, 235, the 3 business model, who's the early speed here in this route race, and the 4, think about it. Top 4 again, Belmont race 5 are going to be 7, 1, 3, 4. Late pick 4 starts in race 6 at Belmont. Right now, 15 horse field. I believe it'll still be on the turf. We're going to handicap that way. We'll sort out and get the 15 out of there. But it's a 7/8 starter allowance on the turf, race 6 at Belmont. I'm going to pop in and look at some pedigree potential angles here, especially on the dam side. I tend to find, especially in the NHC, a lot of value in these larger fields, but diving into the dam's pedigree, just from names that have stood out to me over the last 20, 25 years. Um, let's see. To me, this 11. No, there's really no ROI there. 13, and then 14. I don't think this 14 is going to draw in. I'm just going to, nothing stood out to really trump anything for me on the total speed figure. So we're going to just sort this by speed figs, late pace, since it is a little bit closer to a route race, and 7/8 of a mile. The 11 has some early speed, tends to cool off a bit around the middle calls. I'm gonna lean with this 4, only because the 4 looks like it's not gonna have a lot to close into. It looks like it's gonna be mid-pack and then make the move. The 1 on the rail with all these horses in this field is probably gonna be a 12-horse field if it doesn't come off the turf. I think the 1 will get pinched in, will be the favorite. Let's try to beat this 1. I like the 4 King James over the 1 Highly Flammable, over the 10 Don't Let Me Down, over the 8 Winning Connection. My top 4, Belmont race 6, 7 furlong starter allowance. I like the 4, 1, 10, and 8. We're going to pop over into our dock. 4, 1, 10, and 8. If anyone wants me to put together a pick 4 ticket and do a separate video, I can do that. Just mention in the comments that you'd like to look at what a pick 4 ticket would be, and I can put together that for a late pick 4 at Belmont. I'll only do it if it stays on the turf. Even if it's wet, I'll put one together if someone asks. But um, looking at Belmont race 7, we got 6 furlongs allowance, state breds. The 2 seems to hang on a bit. I'm going to look at the New York sires because you typically can find some value here as well. The top 4 in the speed figures, we got 8, 3, 6, and 2. No particular order right now. I'm just going to dive into some of my angles here. We got positive ROI on the 2. This 2 has some value here, but I'm going to dive in actually to the 3 Bustin' Stones. Second off of a second time starter. Not much to write home about with the mare, but 1 in the mud. And the 8's been on a long layoff here. Johnny V just won the Preakness today. The mare out of Roman Ruler. Only 3 starters and 2/3 of the time in the money. So I'm gonna, just because the 3-way tie late, I'm gonna go with the 3. I'm a big Bustin' Stones fan. Very versatile pedigree. I'm gonna go with the 3 Miss Stones over the 6 Reigning Chick. I think the 8 might be a little green just because of the long layoff. So I'll have that wrap out the top four, the 8 Luna Song. But I think Fancy Joke will also run big in the 8. So my top four, Belmont Race 7, 6 furlong allowance. I like the 3 Mist Stones on top of the 6 Raining Chick over the 2 Fancy Joke and the 8 Luna Song. So the top four here, Belmont Race 7 again is going to be 3, 6, 2, and 8. I got 2 more races to go here at Belmont. Going through it a little bit faster than I would have liked, only because if it rains, all this is shit, and we're gonna have to do it all over again if it keeps raining or if it stays wet. But we got a 6 furlong sprint optional allowance, race 8 here at Belmont. Like I said, we're going to assume we're running on the turf tomorrow. Get these MTOs out. Leaves us with 8 to 10 horses here in the race. We got some big late speed here, so I think the 2 will hang on. I think the 2 will end up winning this race. I know that the 7 has some late speed here, and is the odds-on favorite, the morning line favorite. I tend to like to try to beat these favorites. So I'm going to go with the 2 Yarrow over the 7 Awesome Native, 2 with the 7 over the 1 Rough Draft, and the 8 Bar 14 as my top 4. So we'll go 2. Once again, we'll go 2 Yarrow over the 7 Awesome Native, over the 1 Rough Draft, over the 8 Bar 14. And finally, we've got Maiden Special, 7/8 on the main track here. We've got some early speed that looks to be pretty consistent throughout, especially at the 7/8. So this 2 is running pretty close to the entire speed figure. I hate picking a favorite on top as much as I can, but just because how consistent these speed figures are all throughout, I'm going to pick the 2 Dancer Dioro on top of the 3 Foxy Cara over the 5 Jessica's Ride, and then because the 6 has some middle speed here, I don't see the 7 passing the 6, so I'm going to take the 6 Splashy as my 4th choice here. So again, 2 Dancer Dioro is going to be our top pick in race 9, the finale at Belmont Park on Sunday. 2, 3, 5, and then 6. Again, Dancer Dioro, Foxy Cara the 3, Jessica's Ride, and Splashy. Final race at Belmont on Sunday, the 7 furlong maiden special, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Again, my name's Dave, Dave May. I'm the founder of Therostat. Would love anyone's feedback, any thoughts, comments, questions. Want to keep putting videos up, whether it's individual race videos or full card analyses. Ultimately, I've been in the NHC circuit for 3+ years now, handicapping over 20 years, and I've found that Stats Race Lens is by far the easiest, quickest way to handicap fully, and really cut out the noise, right? I used to spend hours handicapping each race or each card, and the last couple of years I've done pretty significantly well in the NHC circuit by really focusing in on pedigree, as well as speed figures using stats. So let me cut out hours of handicapping for myself and give you the insight and analyses on long shots that I find, as well as helping structure tickets, whether it's pick fours. I don't play pick fives and pick sixes too much, but I can help structure those tickets if people want to see those videos. Once again, subscribe. Please like this video. And get notifications so when we do post videos. I want to start doing live streams of Belmont as well as Del Mar and Saratoga every day of the meet. So also, if you don't follow us on Twitter at Therostat, as well as Instagram at Therostat. Thanks again. Good luck on Sunday for Belmont. We'll also be putting up a Santa Anita video as well. Cheers. Have a good evening and good luck on Sunday.